Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I forgot to do an intro for this video, so we're just gonna dive right in. I start off with moisturizing my lips. This is the Dior lip balm one. I have no idea, but anyways, I start off with a primer. Milk is one of my favorites. I still have others, and I go on and I put that all over my face. Also, make sure you take your time with it and just spread it evenly all over your face. Don't forget your smile line. My makeup always breaks down here, so I like to, take the extra step to make sure the product is all in. And now I'm ready for the next step. Yeah, just a little bit of air dry. And the next step is color correcting. If you have hyperpigmentation or dark spots, use a color corrector to just hide it through. I use it under my eyes only because I'm going to use a lighter concealer later and I don't want anything preventing, to disturb my look. So I put this all over the side of my lips because I have pigmentation just a little bit on the side of my lips and a little bit under my eyes. I use a brush and my finger to spread out the product, but you can do whatever it is that you want. I then go in with my foundation, and this, I'm testing out a new one. This is from Tom Ford, and I just dot it around because it's very small. I don't usually put a lot of foundation on, but today we're gonna go full coverage. Once I feel that everything's there, I use a brush to blend everything in. I like to pat my foundation into my skin. I used to use a beauty blender, but I prefer a brush now, and this one is from NYX. I think I saw Jackie Aina use it, so I was like, okay, let me go get it. And it has worked wonders so far. It's my favorite brush for foundation. I don't pay much attention to my forehead. There's a little product up there, but usually around my cheeks. And then you can just go over with your beauty blender if you feel like there's a lot of product. This is just an extra step that I do sometimes, not all the time. Once I feel everything is blended, now it's time for highlight. And this one is from Nars. I think this is Caramel, if I'm correct. It's the Radiant Concealer, which is one of my favorites. And I just highlight all over where I want it to highlight, basically. And then it's time for contour. I'm using, my two contours are from NYX concealer. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's one of the NYX concealer, and Huda Beauty Tantour, I think it's called. I was using the NYX, but the payout wasn't that great that I wanted. I don't think it's showing properly on camera, so I changed it to Huda Beauty Tantour, and I just used a brush, and this one is just from Primark. It's like a 3-edged brush. I usually brush out my contour first and to let my highlighter settle in, but others do it the other way, light to dark, but you see what I do afterwards. I do take my time when it comes to blending out the contour. I really do not like the harsh lines, so I try to make sure that it hits where it needs to. So I blend and blend and blend. And if you have the right blush, if you have the right brush, the blending is easier. Just take your time with it. Just, think that the end result. Think about the end result. That's it. That's what gets me through. And now I just blend out my highlight. This concealer takes a little bit to to dry down, so there's always room for corrections. That's why I like it. And I use a beauty blender to blend everything out. And then I go and blend my eyes out. Again, take your time. So that everything is at least seamless. My look in person, I do not like that streaky line, the obvious streaky line. I hate it. So I do take my time to blend. Okay, and then once I'm happy, I go back with my foundation brush and I blend everything together, the contour, the highlight, and to get rid of the streaks. Like I said, I don't like the streaks at all. And my favorite part, it's powder. It is my favorite. I do use 3. And my first one is the Huda Beauty one. I think this is called Blondie. And I dab it into the product, then in the back of my hand, and then I slowly dab under my eye, to stop the creasing and stuff. I use this because I don't like flashback, so it has a hint of yellow and it helps a bit. And more powder. I add this to all the areas that I highlighted with the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer to set, to highlight again. So to set my under eye and the side. I like this powder. It's so flawless. And then I go back in for baking. You don't have to bake. I do like a little bit of baking because I don't leave it on for hours or forever. Maybe I just like the aesthetic of it. I don't know, but I do enjoy it. It does give a little bit of brightness. Yes, it is a lot of powder, but that's fine. That's the beauty of it. It is a lot, and I have a heavy hand, and I don't care. I've had this powder, I think it's been 6 months now, and there's still a lot in there. So now it's time to set the rest of my face. I use the Mercier, I think is deep translucent powder, and I use that in all the places I put my contour, all the places that didn't add the Huda Beauty Blondie, and I press in. I don't know what that little device I'm using, I don't know what the name it is, but I press into my skin, and then to the side of my nose. I do not contour my nose. This is just for shape and highlight, but that's it. You leave it in for like a minute or so, or whatever, how long, and then I take my foundation brush and I dab everything together. Dab. I do not swipe away. You push the powder into your foundation, into your skin, so that it all blends beautifully. And when it comes to under my eye, there it is. Because I don't like it to be too cakey. A little bit of sweeping is okay, but I try to press it in as much as I can to get the flawless finish. And there it is. And you just continue to blend. And now I use the Mercier highlighting translucent powder, the light one, the first one, to highlight just the inside. And then bronzing, which is also my favorite step. This bronzer is from Fenty Beauty. I think it's called Coco. It's one of my favorite bronzers, and I'm heavy-handed when it comes to it. So if it's not your thing, just go light-handed. But I am heavy-handed. I think the brush is from, I have no idea where the brush is from, but it's similar to the It. What is it similar to? The It. Anyways. Next up is blush. Yay! This also has become one of my favorite steps. This blush is from Nars. I think it's called Taj Mahal. And I just use any normal brush. And I wipe everything off. And this is also one of my favorite steps. It is Fix Plus time. And I drench my face because I do not like that powder look. We did put a lot of translucent powders, so we want to get that off our face, and then we're just going to dry it. I don't know if you can see the difference, a little bit of glow from it. And if I feel like the bronzer is not showing properly, I'll add more and more blush, whatever I feel like it. You just add, it's just makeup, you just play with it, you go with the flow, you know. And yes, and this is one of my favorite blush because it gives you a little bit of highlight on. As you can see, I do like my blush. You don't have to do what I do, but, and look at that. Whoop! Look at that. And then I go back with my foundation brush again, and I just buff everything back into my skin. It's now time to set it. I use 2 setting spray always. The first one is Urban Decay. I always put this one first. It's the all-nighter one. And I let it dry. Yes, I'm looking at you. The glow is still there. Still there. After this dries, I go in with my second spray, and then I'm done with my base. And this is what my base looks like with everything done. I'll try and put some pictures here to show you what it looks like in on camera, like when I take pictures. But this is what I finished with my base. And that's all I do for my base. The only difference is obviously the foundation. If I change the foundation, that's about it. But the most important part that I really love that helps with keeping my face looking flawless are the powders. And I have 3 of them, and I have no regrets. And then I go in with my Fix Plus. So it's the powders and the Fix Plus. This is what helps with my how I get my foundation looking really nice, and I'm not gonna say it looks natural, but it does look flawless. There's a difference there. It's makeup, it's supposed to look like makeup, it's going to look like makeup. I don't know what else to tell you. Thanks again for watching. Please smash that like button and have a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope you have a wonderful, brilliant, beautiful day, and I do hope you come back to my channel.